Sexy lady.
The Smoke Show from Glencoe. The feminine touch of the program. It's Lil B. I'm the common man, Dan Cole, and this is 10 to B. 10 to B. Don't ask how we got the nickname. It's a really terrible story. Thanks for coming here. This feminine touch of the program, Lil B. A couple of segments, and then we're going to move on with our lives, and we're going to do it's your lucky day, the 200th episode of Program Password. Give it up.
Wow.
For the 200th episode.
Who would have thought?
And I've won like 199.
It's more episodes than MASH ever had. More than Cheers ever had.
More than The Office.
More than The Office.
Yeah.
Program Password, maybe not as successful as that, but we're certainly hoping it is. But thanks for showing up today. We do appreciate that. Lil B, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
How's the dog going? Lil B got a dog recently.
Not by choice?
And not by choice. Her husband just said, I thought the family would like a dog. Here you go. I'm going golfing.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. And there was
Pretty
snow,
accurate.
and there was snow on the ground, and he still went. You know what? He's fine.
Winston.
Named
after a cigarette. They thought Marlboro, Salem, and Old Gold, but they decided to go with Winston.
You can see him on Winstagram. I told somebody the other day, the first month, I did not love him. I asked for the gift receipt.
No.
Yeah, it's too hard. Like, and now I love him. Like, can't get enough of this dog.
Right.
I'll never get a puppy again. I'll never do it.
No.
That was just too hard, and I know I don't look it, but I'm too old for that. I can't. I like to.
You
sleep.
say that until this one moves on.
Stop. Why are you?
No, I'm just telling.
He's 4 months old. Can we not?
I've got a dog that's going to be turning 12 soon. I'm already thinking about it.
Yeah, but I can't. Like, Guardsy is being forced to get a puppy, and I said, run like the wind. Like, don't. You've got 84 jobs. Having a dog, a puppy, is worse than having an infant. I would have rather birthed the child again. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
You would rather birth?
Yeah, I would. Again? Yeah, they have pills for that and medicine, and they sleep all the time. You can bring them everywhere.
They've got red wine for what you're going through with the dog. Just have a couple of drinks, right? Wouldn't that help?
Last night, I'm tired. Like, I want to go to bed. I've already fallen asleep on the couch, and normally he is always sleeping. He usually starts sleeping 7:30. He just lays around all night. And then Mr. Lil B will take him out before he goes to bed. Well, funny. Mr. Lil B went to bed last night, left me in the trenches taking grenades.
Right.
No!
So I'm like, all right, I drag myself and Winston outside. And normally he just pees, comes right back in. Not last night. Half-mile walk. In my PJs, Big O's Crocs.
What time of the night is it?
It was like 10:30.
I'm sorry.
Okay. That's my life.
Yeah.
It gets better.
Oh, that's what everybody
You gotta wait
says.
like 6 months. It's just like a baby.
That's what everybody
They're
says.
not sleeping for the first 6 months or
Big
5
O
years
did.
or
He does sleep. He sleeps now, which is great.
just not at 10:30.
But
Well, don't they? I mean, you say fetch, they fetch.
No, he
roll
doesn't do
over,
that
play
yet.
dead. Can't you just say sleep and they sleep?
he does sleep. But it's like, can we just? It's 10:30. Like, can I not walk around in the neighborhood? PJs, no bra, side ponytail, Crocs that are my son's. Like, I look hideous. And this dog he wants
That
no
sounds
part.
ravishing to me.
Okay, it wasn't.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You say you wish you'd had the gift receipt, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Had you ever considered just telling Winston you're going to go for a ride in the car and just open the door out in the wilderness? And just...
I would never do that. That's terrible.
Well, the thing is you could, because you've heard the stories, right? Dog travels 13,000 miles and returns home. That's
he
you
would
can't
too.
get rid of him.
And
he would eventually found your house.
Yeah, and he's super smart, which is nice, because if I had a spastic, dumb dog, I'd be trying to give it to one of you right now. Like, I couldn't do it.
Well,
he's
that's
so
the thing.
Smart.
That's the thing. Then he'd be mad at you, too. He'd come home after about 3 days and go, you maybe run 3 days to get back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's fine. I love him now. I can't get it.
Dog would learn a lesson, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Now, you just said Roma. Did I get the name right finally?
Yes, Roma.
I used to call this dog Romo for some reason, but it's Roma.
Roma.
And Tennessee, by the way, he had a portrait of the dog up on the mantle above the fireplace for the longest time.
It was given as a gift.
Given as a gift, but they've replaced it now. But it used to be that then they got children, and so then they decided to replace that. 12 years old
She's turning 12 in June.
Is showing any signs of like me, like getting a little senile, a little slow, kind of like that?
Yeah, I mean, she's been acting like you for about the last 2-3 years.
Oh, no.
Wow.
She had a stretch probably like 2 years ago where she was just not going to listen to anything we were doing. She was jumping up on the counter to grab food. relieving herself in the house, which she had never done before.
Well, I do that. My wife doesn't seem to mind that much.
So we thought she was in the I don't give a bleep stage of her life, but she's gotten out of that. So she's been pretty good.
Maybe it was like Mercury retrograde. And she
Do you
was
think that's what it was?
People lose their minds.
She went crazy for a while.
Retrograde?
When it is in Mercury retrograde, and I bet there's people in here that will back me up. Raise your hand. I know there's a couple of you. Yep. When it's Mercury
All the
retrograde,
ladies waving their
yeah,
hand.
What is
because
that?
it's a thing.
What does it mean? I've never heard this before.
It's something.
Bee's brought it
It's like
before.
astronomy type stuff, but like people go crazy. If you have kids, they have sleep regression. They act like maniacs. Like everybody is doing weird things and nobody understands. Or people will say, God, I just haven't been able to sleep for a week. Like I toss and turn all night. And if you will look, and if you're in Mercury retrograde, that's why. I'm not going to look it up for you right now.
Is that anything like the age of Aquarius? When
Yeah,
the moon's
I'm sure.
in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns?
It has to do with that and the alignments and the solars and the what have yous. But if there's something weird going on like that has never happened before, I guarantee it's because it's Mercury retrograde and full moon last night. Yeah.
Blood moon.
Getting weird. Things are getting
Have you been
weird.
feeling crazy since last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did it ever occur?
Give it up for Max.
Max Fuller. Let's-
Yes.
Maxo!
Hooty-hoo. So, did it ever occur to either one of you, did you ever see signs early in your dogdom that the dog didn't want you either? Like they were saying, I'd like to leave and go somewhere else?
No, he couldn't get enough
Yeah.
of me.
Tenneby, how about
Does your dog play favorites? Because it is very clear in my house the hierarchy of who the dog loves. And it's me on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. And then it's every time the kids go around to touch her, she's always like anxious, like, what are they going to do to me?
Well, so the dog loves me the most.
Yeah.
No one is surprised. Also loves Big O because he's just chill and he'll sit there and play video games. And then the dog will just lay on his lap.
Aw.
Baby V, all up in his business, like in his face, trying to carry him, wants to paint his nails. And he just he walks away from her and she doesn't understand. Like, why is he walking away from me? Because give him some space. Mr. Lil B, it's like the dog's not even there.
The closest
Is he the one who wanted him?
Yeah.
The closest our family ever came to having a pet was I got the kids for Christmas back, Deuces, created from my loins. He's 22 years old. My youngest boy is 19. But when they had wanted a dog earlier and I put my foot down and said, we ain't getting a dog, right? I got him a mechanical dinosaur, right?
Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
What?
Very similar.
Yeah, no, it was great because Pete was terrified of it for the first week. He'd hide behind the couch. You ever see those mechanical dinosaurs? Greatest thing ever. You just press a little button. They walk, they talk, they rear up on their back legs. Greatest thing I ever had.
They play fetch?
He does actually pick up a ball. It looks like a rock, and he moves around with it. The only thing is I lost the remote control, so now he just lays there on his side all the time.
Oh my God. No! What did you pay for that?
Yeah, I don't know, a couple $13-14. I don't remember exactly what it was.
Silly.
But it was all good. And your basketball season is now over. Your boy won the grade state championship.
He was, they won the state championship. Think about it. So we get 2 weeks off, and then AAU starts. So,
And then, Lil B, she's not the
Lots
one.
of time off.
lots of time off.
She's not the one time. She's the 2-time Glencoe arm wrestling champion twice.
Twice. Yeah.
And I give her a round
Family
of applause.
champions.
She she worked on a farm, so she baled hay.
Mm-hmm.
When do you go back out and start tilling the soil over there with your parents?
We'll start planning after April 15th, if we can.
Yeah.
If we can get in.
Out there in Glencoe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, out in the farm. Let's do this. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Got a couple of other things we want to get to. Then at 1:30, it's the 200th episode of Program Password. You're going to hear it right here on the Fan. It'll be Common and Max. Yeah. Taking on Lil B and Marnie Gellner from FanDuel Sports. Tenneby will host. Take a short break. Come back with more. We're broadcasting live from the KFAN press box right here on the Fan. Past. Welcome back to the Common Man program. I'm the Common Man, Dan Cole. He is Tenneby. That's Lil B, soon to be joined by Phil and Fuller, Max Fuller, as well as Marnie Gellner from FanDuel Sports. She does all the Wild Star Wolf stuff. She does Lynx play-by-play. You know her very well. Her and Little B will be paired against me and Max in a game of Progrum Password. We'll do that at about 1:30 or so. Live studio audience. We're in our KFAN press box. We have a number of clients, current clients of the fan that have used us to let our listeners know about all their goods and services. And we have some would-be clients here as well, we're hoping. So kind of give them a flavor of what we do in an introduction to KFAN radio. You got
how many of them are currently regretting their decision?
Yeah, how many people are? How many people wish they weren't here? Clap your hands. How many people realize we're going to charge you to leave? So you better stay. Yeah, we were going to charge you money.
You know what? We should let them know.
What's that?
This is sponsorable.
Oh yeah,
Password.
Yeah, this is
Program Password.
Program Password is sponsorable.
Yeah, I mean, highly coveted.
Yeah, it is. And you know, the other thing is too is with Program Password, we put it on live stream so people can actually watch it. Correct?
KFAN.com/watch.
Yeah, and we get quite a few viewers.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's not.
You can also listen to it on the iHeartRadio app, which
Yeah.
you
You
now
could do
just
that.
have a preset.
I mean,
KFAN.
when like Moss or Fallness plays, viewership low. But we don't let them play that much.
Yeah, and now we're not going to suggest we get as many viewers at the Super Bowl, but it's
No,
close.
but it's pretty close.
It's more AFC, NFC championship game.
Yeah, and we don't charge as much for a commercial like the Super Bowl.
That's for dang sure.
So yeah. let us know.
You said you have a list because on the Common Man program we call Fridays a Phone It In Friday, a FedEx Friday, or a Fed Up Friday. We should just call it FedEx Friday, but then the UPS drivers got annoyed and said you're leaving us out. So we just call it a Fed Up Friday. List radio is lazy radio. There's no one lazier than me. Lil B realizes it. She has a list for us, and I think it could present some interesting issues.
Yeah, so I found this, and it says things that have gradually disappeared over the last 10 years that without people really noticing.
How about
they've
a list
just
of
kind of gone away.
How about a list of things we'd like to see disappear, like right now? Because
That'd be a
I could
long
fill a list. But
Things that have disappeared in the last 10 years.
Without people really noticing. And like now when I read it to you, you're going to go, oh, yeah.
Civility?
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
he's getting
Sorry.
deep here.
It's a trip to Negative Town. So I'm going to
true.
read it, and then I want you guys to tell me if you miss having it around.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go through some of these. Toys and cereal boxes.
They don't do that anymore?
No.
That's
Exactly.
That's why I stopped buying cereal.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because they didn't have the toys in it anymore.
Couldn't
Man, do you
complete your
remember-
Matchbox
now,
set?
How many people are? I'm the oldest person in this room, right? I'm 66. Anybody older than 66? Clap your hands. Max. Yep. So I am the oldest. Is there anybody in their 50s here? Clap your hands. Do you remember Lucky Charms and Frosty-O's? Right?
I mean, I don't remember Lucky Charms. But
Bullwinkle and Rocky, Underdog and Lucky, Free Inside, Frosty-O's and Lucky Charms. And they would play that commercial and brainwash a kid, and I would buy those so I could get. And they were just cheap little rubber figurines of Underdog and Lucky, Bullwinkle and Rocky.
Yeah.
And once you got all four, of course, not only did the parents have to pay for the cereal, but they also had to pay for the dentist bills when you got cavities because you're eating Frosty-O's and Lucky
Well, there's
Charms.
that.
But it's worth it. I
was
wish
worth
my
it.
kids could experience that. Like, remember California raisins? Didn't you collect those? That was like our goal to try to get all of them. And then the stuff they'd have in the back of the cereal box, instead of having your iPad or the television, you'd read the back of the cereal box and enjoy your toy. I miss that.
They used to have records on the back of. Anybody remember that? They would put records on the back of cereal boxes. They were just. I mean, they didn't last very long, but you could put them on your turn. Do you know what a turntable is?
What?
A turntable, like a 45, like this little button.
just like a table you can move whatever way you want.
He's not a millennial. He's a tenillennial. And they would have a record you could drop. There'd be the Archies. It was so cool.
Really?
Oh,
Did you know what record it was ahead of time?
well,
or
sure.
was
You
it
look
like
on
a
the back, it
surprise
would
mystery
say
record.
"Sugar, Sugar," and again because there's sugar in the cereal. And then it was
Genius.
Jingle Jangle, and I loved it. Man. What's next?
A real life person answering a business telephone.
Yes.
Do you miss it?
It's so frustrating.
Yes.
Every time they get on there, all I want to do is hit the zero. Just let me talk to somebody. I don't want to answer 50 questions.
It all depends upon who's on the other end of the line when they answer. Because sometimes I'd rather not talk to that person, quite frankly. But I get what you mean, yeah.
This one, I guess they've disappeared, but fireflies?
I get them in my
Are they not
backyard.
around
Is anybody
anymore?
else? I get them in my backyard all the time.
And then
Everywhere.
to follow that up, it says bugs. Well, they don't live here.
Yeah, not here.
They have not gone away.
Yeah.
Hope they disappear.
And if they did, I would definitely notice.
Yeah.
But they have those both listed on here. I never had one of these curved TVs.
Curved TV.
Why-
oh,
like,
yeah,
why-
yeah. So it wasn't like a pure flat. It wasn't like a It's like inside of the box, but it's a little bit curved. Yes.
But
What was
what's the point of that?
What?
I don't know.
Does anybody still watch a curved TV?
Reflection.
Reduce reflection in the room and of light.
Oh, he's very knowledgeable over there.
Thanks, Best Buy.
Do you sell them at Best Buy? Oh,
All right. People reading books in parks and on public transportation. I feel like books, though, have made a big comeback, and especially with like tweens and teens. They're reading.
I feel like no one's
books.
reading them on the iPads anymore.
No.
I feel like that went away.
did I tell you I wrote a book?
Oh God.
It's called Being the Common Man, Best of the Lousiest, Lousiest the Best. I started with 5,232 books. I currently have about 88, 89 books remaining. Go to commonmanbook.com. If you don't like to read it, it makes a great table leg leveler or a doorstop.
Magazines and waiting rooms.
Yes.
Those definitely
I was
went
just
away.
talking to my son about this other day because we were at an appointment at one of those types of places, and I said, I have my phone out, and he's sitting there, looking at my phone, and said, and there were actually kids' magazines in front of us. I said, that's
Highlights.
That was our only way to get through waiting for appointments back in the day was those magazines.
That happened back to me when I would get sent to the principal's office, right? When you're back in like fifth grade, you'd go down to the principal's office. And I knew the teachers, or the secretaries by their first name at that point. Hi, Madge, how you doing? Betty, magazine, no thanks.
Manners.
Yes.
For sure. Attention spans. Meat sauce.
Common man.
Cars that you start by turning the key. Who still has a car where you turn the key?
Wow. Really?
That's rare.
I had one, but it finally.
Do you miss that? I don't.
It didn't matter. I mean, it was. I told you it was a 6-speed manual transmission, 2007 Cadillac CTS. I liked it just because of. Does anybody have? Here's something that had disappeared. Anybody have a manual transmission? There you go. And now you're talking.
Wow.
Manual transmission is the only way to go.
Telephone booths.
Except if you're at a traffic light and you're going uphill, then you got some trouble. You got
Well,
to be
there's
careful.
that.
Yeah.
Telephone booths and landlines.
I felt like that went over like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Not 10 years ago.
Have you seen a telephone booth anywhere?
The worst
That's
thing,
not even working.
The
I don't
worst
even
thing
think
about
I
the telephone
have.
booth was trying to get in because the door would always kind of fold like that. You try to squeeze in and couldn't get in. You ever get caught inside of a phone booth? Couldn't get out? Happened to me. Couldn't get out
How'd
of the
you get
phone
out?
booth. Somebody came by to use the phone, and I said, hey, would you push the door open for me? Very complicated.
Interesting.
I got one more. The ability to read and comprehend something longer than a paragraph. I'm all in on that. It's the message on X, and that's it. Click to read more. Pass.
Really?
I'm good.
So you don't read books?
I have to for book club, but then we never
okay.
talk about the book. We just drink wine.
So you don't really even read the book then? You just
No, I do,
skim
because
the
just in case, one of the know-it-all moms wants to talk about it. I brought my questions. God. Where's the cheese?
Can you kick people out of the book club?
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, because that seems like it would be people you say, I guess you don't understand the real meaning behind our book club. We just want to have a couple of
Yeah,
glasses of wine.
and rip. We just want to rip.
There you
people.
go. 10 things that are gone forever. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to bring you Program Password. It's the 200th episode. One of the most successful teams in the history of Program Password, Max and Common. Yes, sir. Taking on Lil B and Marnie. That's coming up next. Broadcasting live from our KFAN press box right here on the Fan.
Yeah, this is Wild Today brought to you by Jim Beam, the official bourbon of the Minnesota Wild. The Wild secured a point last night. Unfortunately for Greg Swedberg, they couldn't get that second one.
Panarin weaves through center, hands it to JT Miller, stared down by Johansson. It comes back to Panarin, left it off. Schneider dancing through the slot to his backhand, he scores. Braden Schneider wins it for the Rangers on a backhanded shot. $1.52 in overtime.
Yeah, Wild lost to the Rangers 3-2 in overtime last night at the X. Marcus Johansson and Frederick Gaudreau were the goal scorers. Philip Gustafsson stopped 28 of 31 shots. Special teams were actually pretty good last night. Power play went 2 for 4, while the PK stopped all 3 New York power plays. Wild continue their 7-game homestand tomorrow night when they host the St. Louis Blues. That was Wild Today, brought to you by Jim Beam, a crowd pleaser since 1795. Program Password game number 200 is next. Get ready, basketball fans. We're hosting an all-day KFAN tournament watch party at the Rabbit Hole in Minnesota.
No, at the
Friday.
Rabbit Hole?
Jason,
That was really loud. Stop by to catch all of the action with your favorite KFAN personalities, and make sure to score a limited edition Unreal Tournament hat online or on site for unlimited happy hour pricing on food and drinks, and skip the line every night through April 7th. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
Skipping the line, we used to call that crash in the gate, is what we used to call that back in the olden days. This program password on the common man, Dan Cole, along with Tana B and Lil B. We are now joined on stage here in the KFAN press box by Marty Gellner.
Hey!
Marge is everything FanDuel Sports.
Thank you.
And then, of
Thank
course,
you.
we have Phil in Fuller.
Yes, sir!
Yeah. Let's hear it for him. We're definitely the underdogs. We're definitely the evil empire. We're the Darth Vaders, but we like it that way.
They can count us out.
Yeah.
Who doubted us in the crowd, by the way?
You doubted us. You doubted us. You all doubted us. But here we come. We're
Let's
coming.
go.
We'll be the favorites. That's fine. We'll be the favorites. We've earned that.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. And then we give you that.
This is program password game number 200.
200.
Somehow we made it
man.
to 200 episodes.
Congratulations.
Management, the coroner's office. I don't call it the corner office. I call it the coroner's office because eventually they're going to have to take my cold, dead, rigor mortis laden lips off the radio. But we didn't think it would get past 2 episodes because they said, we think you might want to stop this. And here we are at 200. So we feel pretty happy about it. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Whose idea was it? Do you remember in the very first place? Because you did name game or
We did the name game.
Yeah, that game was
first
terrible.
name game.
Well, first we did, I forget the name of it. I think we called it like BBM. It was Booby, no.
Oh! You didn't invite me to play that one?
Baby
not
Boomer.
the morning
Baby
show.
Boomer.
Booby boomer.
Baby Boomer.
It was weird. It
And
didn't
then-
work out.
And then we came up with a great idea.
That does sound like a fun game.
We came up with a really good idea. We called it the initial game. So it was just one letter, and that didn't go very well. And then all of a sudden, the morning show did the initials game, and it's been crazy successful. Then, what did we go to another?
So we did Baby Boomer Millennial. It was you versus Common.
Yeah.
You would have to answer Baby Boomer questions. I don't want to say that word anymore.
Yeah, don't.
And Common would have to answer Millennial questions.
I see.
And then I think we switched to the name game, which lasted about a year, and then we were about out of names at that stage.
And
Yeah.
that was at that time, if I don't mind saying so myself, I said, why don't we just steal an idea from television? And they did Password. How many people ever watch Password on TV? They still might do it to this day. I don't know. It's a pretty simple game, but it was started like in 1964, and I think it still might be on the game show.
Which is why I initially dismissed it.
Yes.
So here we go. We're going back into the 1960s.
Yes, and it worked very well.
Oh, no.
Wow, man, 1960s.
But it's been great. And we're at 200 episodes. You guys ready to play?
Let's play.
Let's play.
Apply.
Password. Come on, give the password. Give the password.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Progrum Password. Here's your host, the very average and plain looking Tana B.
And you know, not only is this show based on a 1960s show, the open where you heard the sound bites, those sound bites were from a 1960s show as well called The Flintstones. So,
Right.
yeah, we went way back into the archive.
This is Program Password game number 200. As always, you can watch right now at KFAN.com/watch. Here is your Program Password preview today. It's the Drip Brothers versus...
Yeah, we're lit.
I always forget your guys' nicknames.
Turn up.
We have a lot.
Because you had like 10 names.
Yeah, we did.
Ovary overload.
Overload.
Broad squat.
Oh,
Broad
Squad.
Squad.
Let's
Yeah.
do Broad Squad.
Broad Squad.
Yeah.
It's Booby Tooby.
No.
No.
No. Trying to get it sponsored.
Esther
Stop.
geniuses.
It's the Drip Brothers versus the Broad Squad. The Drip Brothers are the Common Man, Dan Cole, and Max Fuller. Common, you are the best of the lousiest. Lousiest are the best. You're back to 500, 82 and 82 all time.
What I'm talking about.
When you're the common man, you're the best of the lousiest are the best, and I am smack dab in the middle at 82 and 82.
Max, you are back above 500.
Let's go.
You are now 9 and 8 all time.
Talk about it.
You enter on a 5-game winning streak.
Let them know.
That is the longest active winning streak right now in Program Password.
I'm hotter than fish grease right now, baby. Let's go.
Give him a round of applause.
Yes.
And by
I
the
need
way,
it.
I wouldn't say he's tanned, rested, and ready, but he's rested and ready.
I'm definitely
Well, you're
tan.
tan
I got a
already.
little bit of
He
a
just
tan.
went on a 7-country trip. He was in Tunisia. Where else were you?
I was in Malta. I was in Paris. I was in Belgium, Amsterdam.
Luxembourg.
You know, they call me Monsieur Max right now. As you can tell, I picked up some high fashion in Paris, emphasis on the fashion. When you're in Amsterdam, it's high fashion, but emphasis on the high.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So Matt's back. He's fresh. He's ready to go. He's been a world traveler, and we're ready to take on the Broad Squad.
Yeah, you two, by the way, 5-3 all time together as a team.
Ooh, that ain't bad.
5-3.
That ain't bad.
Taking on the Broad Squad. Lil B, you are 20 games above 500.
Is that
88
right?
and
That's
68
a nice
all
place
time.
to be.
Nobody has one more program password. I think biggest win differential as well in 20 games above 500.
Yes.
Your teammate's pretty epic as well, though.
Yeah, she's
Marnie
pretty good.
Gellner, 19-5 all time.
Lawrence.
That is the third highest winning percentage in program password. She comes in on a 3-game winning streak. And the two of you,
Sit down, people. Don't.
they're very excited. You two together as a team.
I don't want to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just finish this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Together as a team, 16-3.
Yeah.
You guys are a team. That's the second best winning percentage as a team in program password.
I don't want to brag, but I've been in St. Louis Park and Chaska today. So talk about that.
World traveling.
Get nuts, Mark.
And you won the initials game today.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Chance for a couple.
Oh.
Yeah.
She feels good.
Overtime
She feels good. Let's go.
Overtime win. Said nothing but strong genius answers today.
I played the initials game once. It was the quietest I've ever been because I didn't understand the game and had no correct answers, man. It was, I admire you people that can play the initials game. This is easier, I think.
It is. Yeah. It's,
Well, not when you're playing the Broad Squad. We'll see
Well,
about
that's
that.
true.
Like I said, you can watch at
Good point.
KFAN.com/watch. Are we ready to play?
yeah. Let's play.
All right. I need Common and Lil B. I need you two to take a look at the iPads. Don't look at my computer screen, please.
The password is seal.
Okay. As always, we're gentlemen on the show. We let ladies go first. Lil B, you have the option here. Would you like to go first or second? 5 seconds.
First.
All right. Lil B and Marnie for 10.
Rose.
Thorn.
Common and Max for 9.
That.
Bart?
Marnie and Lil B for 8.
Singer.
Rose McGowan.
What?
Singer. Common. Go ahead.
Seal.
Don't you have to give actual words?
ARF.
I was wondering if you were going to
That's
challenge
not-
that. You did not challenge
Why you
that
didn't
at the
challenge
time.
it?
That's too late.
Yeah, I don't think ARF is a word.
Why don't you Google it and see for yourself?
I'll do
Because
that.
that's what a seal does, right?
Took me a sec.
If I had a beach
very
ball, I would have
How do you
put it
spell
on my
ARF?
nose at the same
ARF?
time.
That's not even what he said.
I did it with an accent.
Your
Word.
seal and your dog.
word.
ARF,
There it is.
ARF is on dictionary.com.
Talk about it.
Used to imitate the bark of a dog.
Shout out my guy Webster, though.
Yeah, shout out to Webster Marion.
Yeah. Oh, Webby. We got a good vibe.
Yeah, we do.
It's getting a little drippy over there.
I feel it.
7-0
It's drippy.
lead
Just
for
start.
Common and
Call the janitor.
One word.
Marnie and Max. I need you two to take a look at the password, please.
Okay.
At the iPad.
The password is card.
All right.
Great sound, Marnes.
Is that an ARF from a
lot of
seal? Is that what that was? Marnie, you're down 7 early here. You're not used to being in this position very often. You have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
All right.
Here we go.
Common and Max for 10.
Greeting.
Salutation.
Marnie and Lil B for
There's
9.
no way it was salutation.
Hallmark.
Card.
Boom.
Are you guys able to see the words out there, by the way? Okay. So you
I'm
guys
good.
can play along.
Good.
All right. Broad Squad
That's on me.
in the lead. They lead 9-7 over the Drip Brothers. We need Common and Lil B to take a look at the iPad, please.
The password is spot.
All right, Common, it's back on you. You and Max are down 2 points here. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, Common and Max for 10.
Stain.
Spot.
Max.
I'm feeling good right now.
You should be feeling good.
Can't tell.
Up 8 points. You lead 17-9. Common and Max with the lead.
When you're on the same wavelength, he's 31, I'm 66, but we're like brothers.
We're brothers from other mothers.
That's exactly right. We're on the same wavelength.
Marnie and Max, take a look at the iPad, please.
The password is cheers.
All right, Marnie, you're down 8 points here, so the option's back on you. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll try first.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for 10.
Clink.
Cheers.
That's a great clue.
That was.
I knew it was
That's the
weird,
same one
but
I was
said,
going to give.
Were you really? Yeah.
Oh, sure. It was. Okay, Webby. Okay, Webby.
Great clue.
Thank you.
Really, really good. That's why she's 16-3. That's why all they do is win.
Yeah.
As a team, they're 16-3.
All right, 19-17. Lil B and Marnie Gellner have regained the lead. Common and Lil B, take a look at your iPad, please.
The password is second.
All right, Common, the option is back on you. You're down 2 points. What do you want to do here, first or second?
I'm going to go
Count of 5. 5 seconds.
I'm going to go first.
Come on, big dog. Let's do it.
All right, Common and Max for 10.
Minute.
Hour.
Lil B and Marnie for 9.
60.
Second.
I should have said second.
And I should have went second.
I should have.
I should have went second. Because the word was second.
Second was the
I think,
first thing that.
because I knew.
I overthought it. It's all good. The brain's just flooded with drip right now.
If you, there's
That is
no
abundantly clear.
there's no dissension here. Just so you know.
None. Zero.
For
Okay,
now.
For now.
Biggest lead of the game so far. Lil B and Marnie up 11. It's 28-17. Marnie and Max, I need you two to take a look at the iPad, please.
The password is chase.
All right, Max. So I believe this is the first option you've had in this game so far today. Like I said, you're down 11, so you have the choice here. You want to go first or second?
We're going to go first.
Yeah.
Sounds confident. Chase and
He said the word.
No.
At least it was appropriate this time.
You've never done
At least it
that.
was appropriate.
No. I had such a good
Did
clue.
you have a good word? What were we going to do?
Pursue.
Well, Chase.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Or Chevy, I guess.
Chevy would have worked. All right, let's try that again. Sorry.
We are playing the game. We are playing the remainder of the game under protest.
Laughing.
Just so you know, under protest.
Whatever you brought back from Amsterdam, I think I got a hold of. I'm getting a hold of that right now.
And the protest will go in front of the password program password committee. Well, we don't have one, but
Which
we're
is
gonna
Kenna.
Which is me.
Which is Kenna. So I guess we're not going to get the points. All right, let's go.
All right, let's try it again. Marnie and Max, take a look at the iPad.
The password is secret.
All right, take 2. Max, you're down 11 points. The option is yours once again. Probably not going to be as confident on this one. You want to go first or second here?
I'm going to go. I'll go second.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for 10.
Victoria's
Secret.
Easy.
Okay.
I didn't.
A lot of oohs and ahs coming out of the crowd.
mind.
Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't on my mind either.
You know what? You know what the worst part about shopping at Victoria's Secret is for a man? They won't let you try anything on. Hey-o! Hey-o! By the way, Flop,
That
Sweat and
joke
Tears,
holds
Meat
up.
Sauce, and Common Man and Larry Mandela Guy will be performing live a week from tonight at Bogart's Entertainment Center. You can get tickets at bogartsentertainmentcenter.com. We used to call it the Flop, Sweat, and Tears Tour. We're now calling it Make America Laugh Again Tour. Yes, Make America Laugh Again.
Mala.
Mala, which I think in Spanish means bad. So it's appropriate for our comedy.
Nobody cares.
Thank you.
The Broad Squad's on a 29-0 run. They lead 38-17. Common and Lil B, take a look at your iPads, please.
The password is table.
All right, Common, you're down 21. You need to get back into this thing. You have the option here. Do you want to go first or second? 5 seconds.
I will go first.
All right, Common and Max for 10.
Desk.
Table.
Wow.
Wow, that was impressive.
Just like that, we back. Yes, sir.
You're good.
Thank you. You too.
That was a critical point of the game. Right?
It was really critical.
Clutch, baby.
Periodic would have been
Genius.
good.
Yeah,
Genius.
Really good.
They don't call
Heart.
me Maxwell Jordan for no reason. Okay.
How about this? Heart attack. Man, my heart was pumping there.
Big points there for Common and Max. They're now within 11 points. It's 38-27. Marnie and Max, take a look at your iPads, please.
We're coming.
Yes, sir.
The password is tank.
All right, Max, all of a sudden you can get this within a 1-point game here. You're down 11. You have the option. What's the decision here, first or second?
Gotta go second.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for 10.
Chopping.
What?
Incorrect.
It was a great clue,
Might
Marnie.
have said Troppin, turtle, chocolate. I don't know what she said.
Common and Max for 9.
Vegetable.
Dice.
Marnie and Lil B for 8.
Florets.
Broccoli.
Yeah.
Chopping broccoli, chopping broccoli.
Dana Carvey, Saturday Night Live.
Just, okay, no.
Epic hit.
Iconic skit.
Just say florets the first
Chopping
time.
broccoli.
Quick poll in the room. Who knows the chopping broccoli, chopping broccoli?
Who could tell she said that? Because I didn't understand a word she said.
Get those hands higher. I see you.
There's dissension in that group, I think. Even
I think
though
there
there's
is.
That's how we play.
There's deception.
We're fine.
So where are we at with the score now, Genevieve? Was
The
it going
Broad
halftime?
Squad leads 46-27 over the Drip Brothers.
How many people are rooting for the Broad Squad? Clap your hands. How many people are rooting for the Drip Brothers? Yeah. We're coming back after this. It's Program Password live from our KFAN press box right here on the fan.